pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Well, the new Earth Clan Spectre. Obviously you are already lost. Your ambassador is next door.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus Ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus, when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
And we go to CSEC.
I'm surprised to see you on the front lines, Chief Williams. Most women I've observed in your Alliance military serve in support roles.
It's becoming more common, but it took a long time to prove that ladies could handle an assault rifle or a shotgun.
I doubt anyone who saw your skill under fire could remain skeptical.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Commander, something you need?
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Right. Zoom out. Oh, Hades Gamma. Survey. Light metal discovered. But there's gonna be a fresh one out here. Oh, wow. Alright, I'll be right back. We found the front door before we hop out.
Got it. That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Since we're here, might as well check Ming out. Han Ming. Oh.
Empty.
Everything's shut down. Only basic life support is running.
Hear that? We're not alone. That was no accident. The whole place could be a trap.
They say Jacob's gone. They say his brain isn't functioning anymore, and they want to shut off his machines. But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, and it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry. Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't!
That machine's keeping
No
him
brain
alive.
activity. He's dead. His body is nothing but an empty shell.
Leave him alone until we know more about what's going on here.
It's your call, Shepard.
Jacob's not going to make it. His brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity. It's what he would want. I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we can do for him. He wouldn't want to be kept alive by machines, so we're going to disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. Give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
Look out!
It wasn't easy, but that was the right thing to do.
Heads up!
Irving. Large source of titanium. Omega 1 medallion. Cool. Irving. Large deposit of uranium. Ooh.
Looks like nobody's home.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Down, down, down we go. Oh, hell.
I've seen this before. Machine cultists. The survey team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Right there. Frontier world so far from Geth territory. That accounts for all of the exogenous server team. They were converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on a frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery.
negative contacts, Commander. Moving out.
All right. Elk asteroid, what do we got? And it's full of lithium. Yes. Mineral survey, maybe platinum. we go. Back up, back up, back up.
Just lead the way.
I'm here if you need me.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
It's strange. The Geth are attacking, and everyone around here is still worried about ordinary business.
You're military, Chief Williams. They're civilians. Civilians never believe the enemy is coming until they're at the gates.
We're headed to the Presidium. Anywhere, though. To the tower.
Any news? Did you find my brother yet?
I found your brother's body. His ship was attacked by privateers.
Willem's dead? I guess I should have expected this. When his ship dropped out of contact, I just knew. But I kept hoping he might still be alive.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for finding him. It's better to know one way or the other. That's what they say, right? Please excuse me. I need to go make arrangements for his funeral.
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less get permission to meet the council.
What are those, cherry trees?
Matter, we're headed out.
I used to have an office here. Spent half my time doing paperwork.
Reporter Kalisa Al-Jilani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind. We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Looks like Cerberus has other bases on this world, Commander.
Well, then we'll just have to go knock and let him know how we feel about this. In we go. Hello, mandatory alliance inspection. Oh yay, husks.
Won't get it next time. Shields down.
I wonder what monstrosity Cerberus has been cooking up at the next base.
Check something real quick on my phone. Alright, off we go. Children's toys, some ragged clothes stuffed on top of this mountain, along with the Prothean data disk. Yay! We got a giant Prothean floppy disk. Well, Haku must be in this one. Everybody get ready. We're going in! Haku!
Got a shot. Gotta make sure that doesn't happen again.
I will destroy you!
No, you will die.
I will destroy you!
Not in my line of sight.
I'll stop to make, Commander. We owe Kahoku that much.
Check for a pulse, but find none. Admiral Kohaku is dead. Despite the ferocity of the creatures he was sealed in with, there are no signs of trauma on his corpse. The needle marks on his arm suggest a different means of execution.
Oh god. It's Admiral Kahoku.
Cerberus must have tracked him down.
Alright, well, they just made a piss poor choice. Nephron in the Columbia system of the Voyager cluster. All right. Welcome, viewer. Or by viewer. Ha! Oh, how big is the lawn? Well, that's not too bad. Now, for context, growing up, we used to have, where I used to live, we own 10 acres of land next to a lake in a boony rural area, and 2.5 acres of that was on, there was a road that went around the lake, and 2.5 acres of the property was between the road and the lake, and that's where our house was. And we had probably 2 football fields worth of grassy areas that I used to have to mow when I was a kid with a push mower until my folks bought a riding lawnmower. But even with a riding lawnmower, mowing all of it still took like 2 hours. So that's why I say 30 minutes of mowing, not too bad. Well, considering I think they're about the same size. Well, let me check here. Yeah, they're a little bit, I think they're difference in width, but 2 football pitches approximately worth of space to mow. Not all in one chunk, but there were a couple large areas. Wait, no, Voyager cluster we're looking for. No. It was when we were kids. So, by the time I was... I want to say 10 or 11? Yeah, 10 or 11, we finally got a riding mower. But the smaller, front yard directly in front of our house, we had two small little lawns with a sidewalk that went through the middle up to the front door. Those we push mowed for the longest time because we would bag the clippings, and the rest, when we mowed, we used a mulcher blades underneath the riding lawnmower. The thing we called our field was generally had a natural underground spring in it, so it was kind of like a marshland, and it wouldn't dry up for like 2 months after the snow would melt, so the rest of the grass would be growing, and we would have to push mow parts of that while wearing our rubber rain boots with our pant legs tucked inside, because you could sink up to like 6 inches in mud as you were walking around pushing the lawnmower. So that was amusing. Columbia. Land. So, Faye, have you played this through at all? Any of the trilogy or the Andromeda? Talizora Naraya. This would be the character my doggos. Yeah, we used to actually have a firefighter crew competition, which was like, oh, well, so the alien I have highlighted in my crew here is the one that my doggo is named after. So when I go someplace I'm not in combat, I'll take her with me. So we're fighting Cerberus. So yeah, so my little brother was laying on a couch. He's technically he's my nephew, but we adopted him. So he's my little brother. And he is 14 years younger than me. Anyway. Oh, the real-time strategies? I will say, the higher the difficulty you play on this, much like me and have a monster have a knack for it, but the higher the difficulty, the more you have to use the powers and strategy for these. But story-wise, it is probably, this original trilogy is probably one of my favorite video game stories out there. Large shipment of thorium. Alright, let's see what... you are an anomaly. That's the facility, and that's debris. Alright, let's go. That's a little steep. Let's go this way. There. So are you still feeling... Oh, I'll wait for you to come back. This Cerberus soldier died at an identification tag for Captain Varsinth, one of the Solarian soldiers responsible for capturing the League of One. It's unclear how he came into possession of this relic. Cool. Okay, I don't feel like just slaughtering you guys right now, so we're gonna go up here. Okay, I do feel like slaughtering them. I don't want to give them at least a chance to, you know, fight back. So let's park here.
Shields down!
Good to go, Commander.
Okay. Oh. Shoot. Do I have... No, I'm not doing those right now. So right now I'm hunting down what appears to be a rogue unit of the Humanities Alliance space program. Oh, wait. So, there we go.
Humanity's first... The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While humanity's... The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole.
Just
the
run it
Alliance
again.
is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Okay.
Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that...
So, I believe this came out back in 2007. Let me make sure here. So the first one released in November 16th of 2007. So we were cordial back then, but if you'll notice in most futuristic games, humanity's got their shit together and the infighting is negligible. So Alright, we're gonna go here. Alright. Anyway,
Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered, a practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked. One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet, under Admiral Castany Drescher, launched a strong counteroffensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution.
There's a lot. So the primary ones here, it will read to everyone. The secondary that I haven't gone through, I have to read individually, and I just haven't felt up to doing that. I'll probably end up doing an entire, if I wait long enough, I can probably do an entire, or at least a big lore dump. So. Alright, in we go. But yeah, no, if you go into the YouTube posts section on my Discord server, there's a couple, I gotta put my Horizon one in there. There's a post with the link to each of my current playthroughs I've got up there, including the first 10 hours, I think, of this one. Ish. Try to shoot for like an hour, or around 2 hours, or at least an hour and a half. So. Okay. Alarm chime. You cautiously press a few buttons and an alarm chimes. The optical database is flashing itself quickly. You copy as many files as you can to your hardsuit's internal computer. Its memory wiped, the computer shuts down. The files are sure to be encrypted, but you've got time to crack them. Archive files. Alright, let's go check the other way. I have first aid. Okay, I'm thinking triangle's the one I'm looking for. Not much, I'm just driving. I finished clearing the Rogue Alliance Black Ops group out and snagged some of their encrypted files, and now I'm just going over here to check these debris out. I love this vehicle. It can literally go up everything. And boom. Again. See if we go here.
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're gonna want to hear this one.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
Who are you, and who do you represent?
Who I am is inconsequential. Suffice to say, I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
These are classified Alliance files. I'm not handing them over to you.
Be reasonable, Commander. Cerberus was operating outside Alliance jurisdiction. You don't owe them any loyalty. The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive. But no secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands. Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
What are you going to do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
Why not? I don't like Cerberus.
I'll transmit the files.
I knew you were a reasonable man, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
So, as a general rule of thumb, in the first 3 games, Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3, let me go find someone I can actually talk to. Yeah, let's go down and talk to, see if she can talk to me. There are 2 routes for your character to take on the alignment. There is Paragon and Renegade. Doesn't look like it, but I've got thousands of points in Renegade, but this just shows what your it's more reflective towards what you've picked for choices, and that health is because this is a slightly modded save. Reminds me I've got extra points I need to get rid of. But this is probably, I think time-wise, I look at the, because I'm technically in a loading screen. If I look at how many hours, it tends to reset when I mod the account to create a new character on the New Game Plus. So this playthrough has been 33 hours ish. That's got to be 2 playthroughs. Oh no, I guess not. Oh yeah, it would be 2 playthroughs. But depending on how much of a completionist you are, 1 playthrough can take up to 20 or 40
There's
hours.
a reason for everything that happened, Shepard, even if you don't understand it at the time. Your assignment to Elysium, it put you in the right place at the right time. Your character made you rise to the occasion. And that got you here, commanding the finest tin can in the Alliance fleet. This is exactly where the galaxy needs you to be. No pressure.
The galaxy may need me here, but I need you next to me.
God, you're awful. How do you come up with these things? Sorry, I'll be serious. I need time to think. We've been focused on the mission. When we're done, it'll be different, I swear. I hope you can wait.
There's some old saw about waiting and good things, isn't there?
You are totally shameless. You need your own line of greeting cards. I'll warn you, though. I'm a Hellcat off the battlefield, too. Sleep tight, Shepard.
Not exactly what I was hoping for. Let's go talk to somebody who isn't a romance option for Mass Effect 1.
Commander,
okay.
I wanted to thank you.
So, see how there's 6 sections to the circle here on the bottom? So, if there were choices above and below goodbye, the top one would be a Paragon choice, the middle would be a middle ground, and the bottom would be Renegade. Off to the left, the top generally is blue if it's a Paragon, like a true Paragon choice, and to the bottom left would be a red one, and it's a Renegade choice, and it requires you to have enough points in either of those to be able to make that choice.
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought a lot about what you've told me. About not sacrificing innocence to achieve the goal. About finding the best way through, not just the fastest. And I've been thinking about Dr. Saleon, too. I'd convinced myself that he deserved to die, but then I started thinking about why I wanted him dead. I realized it wasn't because of what he did to those people. That was part of it, but I think most of it was because he got away from me. He escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
Words mean nothing until you turn them into action, Garrus. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm going back to CSEC. I think I can make a difference there. I'll also reapply for Spectre training, but I'll do it right. I won't compromise myself to get there. If the people I'm sworn to protect can't trust me, then I don't deserve to be the one protecting them.
I'm glad you see it that way. Keep that in mind when we meet Saren.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
So, Garrus there is a Turian. Their race are the ones we had the first contact war with. Rex over here is the Krogan.
Shepard.
Or T-Rex people. And they were uplifted as a society.
Rex?
Actually, it's the... What X?
In the early... The Krogan evolved in a hostile and vicious environment. Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, eaten by predators was still the #1 cause of Krogan fatalities. Afterwards, it was death by gunshot. When the Solarians discovered them, the Krogan were a brutal, primitive species, struggling to survive a self-inflicted nuclear winter. The Solarians culturally uplifted them, teaching them to use and build modern technology, so they could serve as soldiers in the Rachni War. Liberated from the harsh conditions of their homeworld, the quick-breeding Krogan experienced an unprecedented population explosion. They began to colonize nearby worlds. Even though these worlds were already inhabited, the Krogan rebellions lasted nearly a century, only ending when the Turians unleashed the Genophage, a Solarian-developed bioweapon that crushed all Krogan resistance. The Genophage makes only 1 in 1,000 pregnancies viable, and today, the Krogan are a slowly dying breed. Understandably, the Krogan harbor a grudge against all other species, especially the Turians. Driven from their home system by the Geth nearly 3 centuries ago, most Quarians now live aboard the Migrant Fleet, a flotilla of 50,000 vessels ranging in size from passenger shuttles to mobile space stations. Home to 17 million Quarians, the flotilla understandably has scarce resources. Because of this, each Quarian must go on a rite of passage known as the Pilgrimage when they come of age. They leave the fleet and only return once they have found something of value they can bring back to their people. Other species tend to look down on the Quarians for creating the Geth, and for the negative impact their fleet has when it enters a system. This has led to many myths and rumors about the Quarians, including the belief that underneath their clothes and breathing masks, they are actually cybernetic creatures, a combination of organic and synthetic parts. The Asari were the first. Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other 2 races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the 2 species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
See.
50,000. Though now extinct, the Rachni once threatened every species in Citadel space. Over 2,000 years ago, explorers foolishly opened a mass relay to a previously unknown system, and encountered something never seen before or since. A species of spacefaring insects, guided by a hive mind intelligence. Unfortunately, the Rachni were not peaceful, and the galaxy was plunged into a series of conflicts known as the Rachni Wars. Attempts to negotiate were futile, as it was impossible to make contact with the hive queens that guided the race from beneath the surface of their toxic home world. The emergence of the Krogan ended the Rachni Wars. Bred to survive the harshest environments, the Krogan were able to strike at the queens in their lairs and reclaim conquered Council worlds. But when Krogan fleets pressed them back to their homeworld, the Rachni refused to surrender, and the Krogan eradicated them from the galaxy.
Alright, I'm gonna take a short back. This guy real quick.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Tuna, Horsehead Nebula. Alright, new survey. Terrestrial, blah blah blah. Turian insignia recovered. The remains of a damaged research vessel. Your recon team found no signs of survivors, but they did bring back a Rocom outpost insignia. Alright. Ranthan land. Whoa. Well, we'll get that one first. Looks like a good place for an ambush. It's not. And boom, it's recovered. Turn insignia, Elatana. All right, let's go talk to our...
Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
I killed them because they deserve it. Now I'm placing you under arrest.
Surely you don't think that necessary. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. These crimes are hardly worth your time. If you press the issue, my assistants are very well equipped to deal with you.
This gang has a reputation for drugs and slaving. It's too late to change that.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps this organization has been so tainted by those two idiots that it cannot be redeemed. If I disband the gang, I walk away freely. I have not come so far to be arrested. I would die before going to prison. I would most certainly kill before going to prison. Now, do we have a deal?
You're free to go. I don't ever want to see this gang again. If I do...
You won't. I'm not so foolish as to break my word to a Spectre.
Good.
Now, if you'll excuse me, my men become nervous in the presence of law enforcement agents. Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay. Zoom out. And that's where we'll stop this one for today.